that first match, swinging back and forth, with Law ending up pulling it out off of a really nice final team fight. We're about to jump straight into Game 2 for Pick Ban. We'll see what changes out. Again, I am Justin Starcraft Lynn. Chris Vitalitas packet is in the bathroom right now, so unfortunate. He'll be right back. And we should be in here in any second. We've got the pro drafts up. Let's check out that straw poll, see how the voting's going.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, just in time. So yeah, Peg the Disco pulls it out. 3 votes to 2. MVP over Legends MK. I vote for the right person. My MVP.
Hell yeah, dude.
Got him.
Live, by the way.
Oh yeah, we are. We get the R's from both teams. We're about to start that. Man. So, if you're on the side of FAP, what do you do different? What do you ban? What do you think?
I think you ban Lysandra 100% because playing with top hat really proficient, as we've seen at roaming and doing map control, and honestly I think he's consistently shown throughout his time in the PMA LCS that's been one of his best strengths. So I think letting him have not only a champion that he feels comfortable on, but also a champion that synergizes with his style of play so well is a big no-no.
Whoa. So yeah, we're seeing the same bans going off right now. They'll call him Vagar. The problem is, Panic, it's just so proficient in a lot of those champions. There's so many champions that are mobile and burst right now. It's really hard to ban them out. Every time he plays Vagar, the other team wants to just kill themselves. Ooh, we're seeing a switch up though, the Zillion ban right here. This is afraid to go in our first pick otherwise. We see the same thing though, Sever. He's going to be on the same sides as last game.
I think Zillion ban is really smart, especially if they're not confident in the stylus surviving. Because the stylus...
Well, it's stalled out there like every siege that they had. I'm kind of surprised by them grabbing up Sivir though. Thought the Ashe did pretty good work last time.
Yeah, Ashe did pretty good work.
So got to the point where even though Ashe was behind, there's just a utility AD carry anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Honestly, like Ashe just being able to ult someone in all those fights really helped.
Are they gonna steal the Shen away from the little hentai right here?
Are you behind? You're very behind.
Actually refresh, I think I'm good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like 10 seconds on the second pick.
Alright, that's where I'm at. Ooh, Braum.
Shen Braum.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, Braum's super safe. Your moose played it last game too.
The only thing I don't like about that, though, is picking Shen and Braum at the same time. Locke said what you are playing top. It would have been nice to flex the Shen support for at least one rotation.
Mm-hmm. And especially that Shen pickup. The Shen pickup kind of nice in general, though, because it...
Whoa, Volibear locked in.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah, Chad Penguin loves his Volibear, so they could be going...
I don't know how well that does into Shen.
Yeah, I've seen him do some things unimaginably good and bad things, so...
This is gonna be useless, I'm pretty sure.
It could be Volley jungle, though. I mean, I think they're getting the late game again, kind of like they were last time. Volibear and then Sivir. Oh, it's gonna be really scary.
Likely picking up the Jax again for Drupal, though, so I think that's gonna be Chad Penguin's Volibear top. The Spice coming out.
It's just with things like Urgot, Scion, Vlad. A lot of champions that can do a lot of damage to a tank. I don't know about the Volibear pick. Urgot would have done wonders here, I think.
Oh, definitely. I also really enjoy the Shen pickup, though, especially because Lolly's been known a bit for Shen support as well, so that's a really nice pickup. I'm just not sure how I feel about the Braum pick.
Yeah, they're very short range right now, even with the Lucian, which just kind of adds on to that effect. Yeah,
Lucian Braum has a really good matchup in general into Sivir, but the issue is Sivir's a carry that can really
play.
There's
also Underhand, nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what needs to happen. But so back to my previous point, the Sivir though can really play into that lane if he has the support that works here. I'd recommend something like perhaps a Taric into this lane. That'd be really good. Taric, a good mix between tankiness, allowing them to survive the all-in, and healing, allowing them to get the healing advantage on Braum and lets them wave clear out.
And right there. Guess I don't want anything point and click to make things easier for Lucian and Shen. And Nico final ban.
Holy moly, they're actually... That's nuts, dude. Look at all the mid bans this game.
Yeah, we got like 7 of them in this game.
We have 7 mid bans.
Make it 8.
8.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. No
woo!
RA for you, kid.
That's what I'm liking this day. Get
I'm really interested to see what champions we get in mid now.
You kill a Chad Penguin, get
Yeah,
fucked.
Timo's
idiot.
still open, so.
Timo is still open. You know, Timo really strong
could
power
be
picks.
flex. Yeah.
Strong power picks, just like always.
Yeah, Timo is stronger when you're drunker.
That is true. The more drunk you are, the better you. Ooh, Silas again.
Like, yeah, to grab it up.
I like Silas being able to steal a Sivir ult here. That'd be
I
pretty
like
slick.
the idea of Silas, but I really hope he itemizes something different this time.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Depending on what Fantastic Anime personalities pick this game, though, that itemization might actually work out for them.
Yeah, if they keep stacking AD like this.
Ooh, Azir. They gotta find something. They gotta find something that Panic at the Top Hat can play that does like a metric crap ton of damage and still fits his style of play. If you ask me.
And we were just talking about how range devoid the side of Lot is, so Azir's just gonna eat them up in an any team fight. It's like Sivir and Azir together sounds so cancerous.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely awful to play against late game, and Legends on Tap really doesn't. I don't think they just have the raw damage to finalize kills.
Yeah,
and
this would have been a really good like Caitlyn game right here, or Jinx or something.
Probably. You just anything with that range. And speaking of that support matchup we were discussing, Morgana, also one of the other good options in the Lucian Braum with that Sivir buddy with Vladimir. Okay, that's actually pretty okay.
It's good, but they gotta get kills fast and get out. I just think the extended fight against Jax Azir Sivir, that doesn't sound fun.
It really doesn't. One thing that scares me though is like their front line looking pretty terrible right now.
Well, as long as Chat Penguin doesn't play his freaking AD Volibear, that has ruined my ranked flex matches. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, that is true though. Volibear is really strong in general when it comes to just actually soaking damage, because that's probably the one thing he can't actually do.
Yeah.
It's just sit there.
It's like fake Mundo for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's fake Mundo until he throws you over his head. And then he's fake Mundo again.
And we're jumping into draft. Same old, same old. I think that's the most mid lane fans I've ever seen. That's awesome.
So, what do you think's taking this game too?
I really like FAP's comp right here. It's gonna be really hard for Lot to get around that. Let's talk about all that damage over time they've got Azir and Sivir.
Yeah, they got
no range.
They got the Morgana Black Shield for him as well, which really helps against the Shen Braum Silas. I think the big issue there is going to make sure they survive until late game, and they really, I think taking good fights in corridor is also extremely crucial for both teams here.
Yeah.
Legends on Tap can get slick. Like, they have a lot of tools to set up corridors and fights. Legends on Tap can get a sick Shen taunt in corridor, and Braum ult covers a lot of the corridor. Vladimir AoE in general can just melt that team. But if Fantastic Enemy personalities like gets a drop in the corridor or something like that, Sivir Azir is just going to tear them apart, and they can't close onto the Azir.
I just don't see FAP losing a team fight unless they really throw it. Like, if they group in the lane, it's going to be just really not great.
Yeah, I could see FAP throwing. I could see FAP throwing like loads of fights before like 26 minutes, but then once they finally start putting 3 items, stuff like that on their carries, it's gonna get really.
Yeah, like how are you gonna get
sketch.
Dragon against Azir and Sivir? How are you gonna do anything against that?
Yeah, it gets really sketch for Legends on Tap. So I think they need to play for 5v5 whenever they need to be like looking level 6 to 11, just fighting as much as they can, and 5v5 and kill as many people as they can in order to snowball the game out.
I think if Lot goes 1-4, it'll go in their favor too, because Shen can just get in there so much faster than Volley.
That's definitely very true.
Yeah. And then I'll have to send Jax to answer him like post like level 10 or 11, I feel like, on that split push. That just kind of splits their team apart.
Yeah, Jack's also a really thick scaler.
Yeah, we saw that last game.
Yeah, Silver Jax, Azir. But the nice part is Legends on Tap has a lot more frontline and CT this game, and not necessarily. On one hand, they don't necessarily have as much damage to be able to just murder this Jax, but they also have a lot more frontline and CC to keep the Jax from, like, just controlling team fights and running at them. So, I agree. I feel like based upon the comps I'm seeing, Silas needs to build damage this game, like 100%.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he could have just won like Proto Belt first or something, that would have helped out a lot.
Yeah, in terms of ults that the Silas can steal, Sever Morgana ult pretty good. I'm not seeing anything right away that's like stand out. Silas steals this and we win fights for free, kind of a deal. Like Karthus ult, maybe Zillion ult, something like that. But Sever Morgana ult's really good ults to have in general.
I just gotta update that Rip Gurg 7, his power went out in his area.
Can we get a hashtag dicks out for Greg in chat?
Hashtag Rip Greg, hashtag Live Brett.
It's the bigger guy and new champion. I've never heard of him. You know, the Bear is a new champion. I don't know.
Yeah, he used to be. I think he was in like Smite or something. He's one of the gods from the Smite game.
Oh yeah, that's true. And also popping up means that Bear Jr.'s father has actually finally come back from his cigarette run after 9 seasons and 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah, so welcome back, Bear Jr.'s father.
Yeah, just in time to see him peel a pineapple.
Yeah, I guess this volley there could be cutting some pineapples at the top lane though. But the Shen probably going to be extremely skilled at Fruit Ninja though, so I don't know how it's going to go for him.
Shen's actually a terrible ninja though.
He really is a terrible ninja.
Yeah.
Like, he has no stealth. He does. Like,
he's so slow. It's like, the worst feeling in the world is when you're fighting somebody with Shen and they just like walk away with like 100 health and you're like, I can't catch you.
Yeah, it's like Shen just like. I don't understand it because he doesn't.
Chad think we're gonna keep that Ignite though.
Oh jeez, this is gonna be so awful.
Does Chad know that teleport is an ability that's in the game?
Nonsense, dude. You don't TP. Dude, so you know that's lost opportunity cost there. Like you've already picked Volibear into a Shen. He has double teleports. So you know you lock in that teleport against Shen. He's gonna have to you know. You're still gonna get the teleport disadvantage on him. Oh wait, oh, he's got teleport.
Oh, he just pranked our asses. I don't like that.
No, he got pranked. Chad Penguin snooping it. He's just snooping it on chat. Like shit.
Help me! Don't tell Greg.
Just like all right. So what's happening here? We having a good time. Got my subs all ready to go. Tabs in the chat. So does he know what teleport is? Wait, shit.
Wait, what is this? This is good. I just wish they had a hyper carry AD carry. That'd have been so good with Vlad and everything.
A bit disgusting.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, when you're playing against Sivir as your Jax, once you finally get to the point where it's scaled and can do something, that might also be the point where they just flat out lose.
Yeah, and they just get rescaled on.
Yeah, so it's like, you can answer that with the scaling, but it's just not going to work. So I really think no matter which way you play that, you have multiple options. Like you can invest hardcore in the early game and try and take the early game fights and close out the game, or you can put a little investment into late game and hope that you've had enough early game to be sure that you can like have more pressure early game. It just depends on like your team style and what you want to sync where.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Yeah, I don't really know what's gonna happen early game here. I mean, they should on the side of FAP win most of those lanes early on. Because, like, Volibear, if he's going to beat Shen, it's going to be pre-6.
Yeah, that's one good advantage.
That's one. That's all I can take out of that. I mean, the bite is pretty annoying early on. And Shen sucks early.
Yeah, Shen's kind of duty. But, nice part about Volley there, though, is his W doesn't need to worry about the Shen W. Who won game 1? Legends on tap won game 1?
Correct. The 28-minute brawl.
You know, Light Pulse 94, who may or may not be a whale-washing dolphin, also saying Jake plays It's Ignite, it's for pussies.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He may or may not be a whale-washing.
I don't know what that means.
Do you remember Shark Tale, dude? Sebastian the whale-washing dolphin?
I don't think I watched Shark Tales. Just gonna be left out of that one.
That's like one of the.
My tryhard's done.
Ooh, nice. Shark Tale's like one of the best like mediocre movies ever made, if you ask me.
Oh wait, Shark Tale's that movie. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
talking about TV. I don't. You said Shark Tales, and it's like midnight. I don't know why I thought you said Veggie Tales.
Veggie Tales.
I was like, what the hell is a dolphin that? It's a
Bro,
shark
it's
that ate
baby-
people.
Wait, you tell me I sing the awful song and you think it goes baby veggie do 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 do?
Veggie Tales.
God.
All else fails. I brought up a fucking. I'm gonna do Greg's intro anyway.
Alright.
I'll do it next time I have to cast with him.
Hell yeah, dude. You know who I want to cast with again? I want to cast with Hansu again.
He's hilarious.
Oh, that was such a great game. Hansu is actually so funny.
Yeah.
It doesn't
he's-
help that me and him are literally the same person, too.
Yeah, he just like forgets the game's going on after a while.
He really does. And, like, it works out really well because like it's a really memey cast, but
Yeah,
I
he's
haven't
like,
had
wait,
fun
what? They're so boosted. What?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're supposed to say that during a cast.
Yeah, and it's like you put me on play-by-play, and like I can really control the tempo, and like I can keep him from going off on tangents, and then once you do that, it's like you finally like Hansu's finally reached Super Saiyan casting level 4. Speaking of
Get out of here,
Hansu,
kid. Somebody kick this kid out. What the hell?
wait, speaking of Hansu,
Is that
Yeah.
Greg? Fake
No, it's
Greg.
me. Hey, buddy.
Alright, I'm
Greg?
gonna pause it at 5.
Alright, I'm still loading. Give me a sec.
Okay,
Damn,
yeah, it's
alright.
still paused.
Just wanted to drop by and say it's a great stream. That's it.
Thank you, thank you,
Thanks
thank
for
you,
the
thank you, thank you. Tip your waiter.
yeah, give me a $69 tip on the way out. Wow, what a doofus.
I always think that Brom skin is a waiter skin.
Alright,
Alright, I'm
at
paused.
5.
Still loading. My computer sucks.
It's okay.
Alright, wait, I'm here. Wait, it started me out at 11.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
We can go
Oh.
to.
I'm going to 11 then.
Alright. 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, I'm at 11.
Alright, go and count us down.
Everyone ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, now.
Alright, 12.
Yep,
13,
13.
14.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
Perfect.
And we're back now. Do not look at the man behind the curtain. Everything is alright. We're perfectly in sync. So, I don't think we're getting level 1 shenanigans again this time. It worked last time. It looks like they're kind of stack up on the side of Lot over here.
Yeah, it's true. Both level 1s are actually pretty okay, but the Braun level 1, probably not something you want to do. Yeah, looks like they're both invading. They got the same ideas. But speaking of NSYNC, the real question though, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
I gotta go Backstreet Boys, man. BSB all day.
Yeah, I got Backstreet Boys too.
Yeah, they're powerful. They're like the TSM. NSYNC was like CLG. They think they're good. They haven't beat them in like 3 years.
Yeah, honestly, Backstreet Boys is like the old school TSM Snapdragon of boy bands.
Yeah, they're so good. The processor chips are so strong.
So was that Big Time Rush then? What LCS team is Big Time Rush?
Oh god. Like Golden Guardians or something.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Well, that was really weird. Invade attempts from both sides. They both ran to the enemy red from like the direction nobody would probably be at except for the top laner.
I won't lie though, dude. Their television show pretty bad, but surprisingly likable.
I mean, yeah, it keeps the memes alive.
Honestly, I feel like that band.
Count's gonna miss out on mid dirty path. It's really weird to get back in the lane. And then he had the leash. He's gonna miss the first 2 minions.
Uh oh. You missed some minions. Just one.
Yeah. He's missed. Is it XP wise though? Look at this big stupid bear.
Oh god, Volibear is so useless, dude.
Yeah, just even the way he looks, it's unfrightening. I don't know what they could ride to do to make him strong. It would just like make him busted.
Make him bigger.
Yeah. It's a little bit out of health.
At least don't make him look threatening. Make him bigger, but keep his hitbox size the same.
The Legends MK is gonna go to topside scuttle here. He might get spawned out by Jax, but it looks like Jax actually gonna go buff to buff instead. Just avoiding that early confrontation that happened last time. Probably is getting shoved to Kingdom Come right now.
I mean, I hate it
It's
when
really
I get
weird.
shoved
Center
on.
lane.
Oh, look top though. Legends. Ooh.
Legends wants it. The fight's going on. They're flowing up on there. Bubba's gonna try to walk away. Red Buff's gets knocked up. They're gonna flash away. It is gonna be a 2v2 that they could turn here. Duple one onto Silas. Silas getting stun up. Shen Penguin's about to get his toss again. The W's gonna like come down from Shen. The fight's on. First blood over to Shen. Oh, Lynn's getting a little bit of health bar. Jax is gonna flash for him. He's gonna win this 1v1. The account knows that. He has to walk away now. Should be able to get to his tower. He's gonna start one more auto. Oh, the Q passive and the double kill to Jax. Oh, the mastery!
Dude, the mastery. So yeah, I like the proactivity there. I like the attempt. Ganking into a pushed wave can be a bit of a struggle, and that kind of honestly made the difference in some of those damage numbers that fight. And they didn't really have information on where Jupa was, so he just comes in for the counter gank, and Chad Penguin with that health restoration. I mean, it takes him a super long time to get him low.
Yeah, and what I thought started out poorly for Jupo going from that buff to buff over there, he actually ended up having red and blue opposed to Lich's MK's red buff only. He got a lot more abilities off during his rotation in that fight.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm just kind of surprised Silas didn't start blue buff.
And I got some trade going down in all lanes right now. A trade heavy early game.
Well, it's picking up the last game on enough. Legends is gonna sneak up behind Rob here. Rob is low on mana. He's not gonna have enough mana to do his rotation. Knocked up. Whoa, really good flash forward there by Vlad. The heal by Rob. Now he's trying to turn the fight on them. One more auto is gonna kill Penny, and he hits him with his staff. Yeah, just not a clean gank there from the side of Vlad. I don't think Silas actually wanted to keep going on, and then Vlad just flashed forward and hit him with the E and forced him to commit to that.
Yeah, probably just some miscommunication there. Very unfortunate in general. Like right now, already it seems to be a story of perhaps overconfidence in the early game for Legends on tap right now. A lot of stuff.
Rich is on one of, yeah, Frank's on one of his better champions here. Frank, Hank the top hat. I guess he thought he could really just kind of outplay Rob there and force his hand.
I'm not sure what that was about. It's gonna look like he lost track. One of the things interesting in this matchup top lane though is that Shen actually gets the outplay on Volibear Q with his W, so like Volley can't even flip him.
Yeah, and everyone doesn't have W, you can just taunt him and then just, he's behind you already and then you threw him in front of you, so it did the opposite of what you wanted.
Yeah, I don't really think this Volibear pick is gonna be useful at all.
Yeah, should have played Garen or something else.
And by something else, you mean literally anything else.
Most of the champions that are picked in the top lane. Timo would have been good. Oh, look at this. Shen's gonna jump in there. Shen Penguin does have his passive, gets something off, but he can't keep this fight going on. Gets one tower shot to help him out. The trade's still going in the favor of Shen. Well, passive's gonna be down for a long time with a long cooldown.
I feel like something's weird with Volibear is like you can actually kind of tactically pop his passive to get a trade advantage.
Yeah, it's because you're like, I'm gonna kill this stupid champion, and then he gains back like 800 HP. You got a good bait coming in bot lane. Penny, or mid lane, sorry. Penny Badinsko is gonna get cleaned up. That's a quick 2-0 for Rob here.
Oh, wait, that was sick!
Yeah, that was a really interesting interaction going on in the top lane fight. At the same time, if you had a fight going on,
Dude, that matchup
he does have the spell immune going on. Lucian takes a lot of damage in that trade, actually.
I like how many micro outplays both of them have on each other. This lane's so cute. Like he eats Shen out of his taunt. This is such a meme lane.
Shout out to be careful though. He does not have his passive up and TP's straight back into the fight. If a cow pops a W here and waits for his jungler to come in, he could get the taunt off and they're gonna win this trade off. Here comes the taunt. Now it's a 2v1. He's gonna knock out Chad. Chad wants to eat the boy. He's hungry. He puts him. Oh, wait a minute, he could walk away. Does he have his Q? He tosses him out. Thompson, what a bear. He barely gets away with his life.
Barely.
Bear Jr., are you watching? This guy's coming for your title.
Yeah, your dad's back. He's still out of cigarettes.
He's bad. Dude, this reminds me of Zootopia, man. What a movie.
I never actually watched that movie.
It's just funny because everybody's animals. They just do regular life things as animals.
Just do regular things.
Like they go to the DMV and sloths work at the DMV.
Yeah, and they also get Rule 34 on the internet by furries, like everything else. So
yeah, thanks a lot, Sonic Fox.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Is he actually dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, his big thing is that he's He's a game
anyways.
3, like the best Street Fighter. He's like the best fighting game player in the world.
Yeah, like the multiple fighting games overall, he's pretty good.
Yeah, like Injustice and Mortal Kombat and stuff.
Yeah, he had like a virtual monopoly over like both titles of Injustice and Mortal Kombat for a while, and he wasn't bad at Street Fighter either.
Yeah, but USA just gets fucked up in Street Fighter, so.
That is true.
Alright, we got a pause up. He said, can we pause? His teammate said no, so it's probably gonna be a ban taken away from Chad Penguin.
Yeah, Sir Everett's gotta remove his mic from his rectum. You know, common problem for us AD carry players when we're not dribbling over the keyboard. Sometimes we get things stuck up our rectum. So like, you know,
rectum, he damn near killed him.
God.
Easy. What a clap. Alright, they're ready. The fight's gonna come back on. 6 kills in 8 minutes. That's what's interesting though, with all the skirmishes going on, FAP is only up 900 gold. They're trading farm for fights pretty much. And all the gold's sitting mostly in mid and jungle.
Yeah, like probably the biggest gold differential is gonna be that jungle matchup right now. I can't.
Yeah, it's about 500 right now. It's
unfortunate.
It's at X hotkey.
It's, you know, all the platings are still up, so like nothing's happening there either.
My game froze a second. Are you at 809?
Yeah, 8,
Alright, cool.
812, 813. Do I need to wait a second?
Yeah, pause for like half a sec.
820, 821.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Alright, perfect.
Then we might be behind stream for a second now, but
Who cares, dude?
yeah.
This streamer's smart. He'll figure it out.
Just like pause for like a millisecond. We're like at 8:35. 38, 39. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
Yeah, the fighting's kind of slowed down now. People are gonna be reaching their first item pretty soon. This bot lane's been boring.
This is such a boring bot lane, dude. Holy moly.
Anything with Morgana, unless it's like something crazy like Draven Horde or something.
I feel like I talked with someone about why Morgana's an awful champ the other day.
Oh, everyone agrees. Whoa, he steals his ult, but Azir gets fixed forward. And there's Azir's back with the ult as well. We've got Jupiter jumping into the exchange trying to clean up the fight. Salas gets slowed down by that Show's fight. It's forced to flash. Can he get one more auto off here? He does. He kills Jupiter, killing spree. Heading top end might be able to turn this fight if he can get off one more rotation as a pounding away with that light post though, and the double post cover. Oh, good shadow kill. What a taunt! They're gonna push off the kill here and make this 2-4-1. Oh, Rob's a god! But Chad Penguin's really late to the party. The cop's in town.
Mouse cop.
Yeah, really? Just such swingy fights back and forth.
Hey, that's
I
why
like the idea from South to steal the ult, but then Rob did a really good job to QE away, get some ult back in the other direction. This is stall long enough for Jupil. Then account saving Vlad with that cool ult.
Well, hold on, bot.
Are we gonna see something? Nah.
No. Lowy's alive. Nice
Yeah.
spirited.
Yes, it looked like he tanked most of Sir Everett's ult there.
Yeah, took a lot of damage. You know how it goes, dude. Lucian, good champ.
Well, luckily Riot instilled a great passive on Morgana where when she damages champions, she heals back with her abilities.
Yeah, good thing Riot also made Morgana in general. I remember talking about this with someone the other day. It was about like why Morgana's an awful design. You know, in retrospect, it was probably Dylan, actually.
Yeah, probably.
It's actually such a disgusting.
I think back towards season 1, when people realized that Morgana could literally just counter blitz. Whoa! Really advantageous ult here by Ripple Hensei gets a 2-man stun up with his ult. But did not know the jungle was actually going to be there. It's just turning against them now. It's about to be a 2-for-0. Nothing came to his passive shield is going to go down. We got fighting over and pop in at the same time. Chad Penguin wants to fight, but it's just a bear shooting lightning. He's just going to walk away from him. Yeah, just a long time to go versus there and Ripple Hensei. He didn't jungler. It just kind of just ulted straight into 3 people.
Yeah, you know, Chad Penguin going all Barry Potter over here, but I don't think it's going to work out.
He's swinging for the fences, but he's not Barry Bonds.
God.
Whoa, that was sick.
Oh, dude.
And then he just W'd him away.
Dude, he's getting that outplay pretty consistently, actually.
Yeah.
Dude, this lane's so sick.
Rob's gotta be careful here. We got Linz up here right on the side.
Dude, I was talking shit about this lane, but this is actually so cool.
Yeah, it might
I
be
love
the
it.
greatest volleyball I've ever seen.
But yeah, back to my point on Morgana, it's like you can't engage on her because she has PO with Black Shield and can counter engage on you, but also the rough part is like she can just straight up engage on you if she lands any binding at all, and she can like miss like 9 bindings, but you hit one and you get stayed for like 2.5 seconds and you just die. It's awful.
For real.
She just has too many tools, like, you know, like,
Yeah. But like season 1 when Alistair, or like even season 2, when people were playing, you know, stuff like Blitz and Alistair bottom, everyone's like, this is so busted because there wasn't really good peel or like champions that can dash 8 times in the game yet. Oh, so Everett's gonna pop that with the rune thing, get some damage on him, Serpent Panda. If he can get E over here, he'd probably get in wings to actually kill him. We've got Jax on the wings trying to protect everybody. Sir Everett's doing a lot of damage every time his calling's up. But yeah, when like, back to that point about like Blitz and Alistair and everything, and then people were playing Morgana mid a lot, they were like, wait a minute, I can just play this stupid champion.
oh, hold on, mid. Oh, man.
Paying the top hat is tired of this 2v1 crap and just straight up solo kills him there.
Just straight up runs at him, combos him, and just murders him.
Yeah, he said, I like your blood, be positive, kid.
I feel like in general, like, Rob just sometimes just has a lack of respect.
Well, I think when he got the 2 kills up too, he's trying to get some damage. Chad Ping was on the same big game 1 where he's looking right on top of wards. And he steals volleyball. South looks so weird with Thunderbolts, can't do anything with him. And Chad gets away with his passive, just gonna regen off of that. Yeah, just stop going in bushes, man.
I love bushes. Bushes are great. A bear's natural home is a bush.
That's true.
Hashtag bear
He's
fast.
the enemy jungle. He knows Jupil's mid lane right now. This Jupil's gonna be huge on the side of Silas. Chad shows up, but wrong neighborhood, just kinda walks away.
I feel like that's some like shout out to like some old school Sky Williams back with grits in their videos. Hashtag bear facts, dude.
Oh yeah, truth.
I remember that. Dude, we need some more bear facts in here.
Yeah. If only we had some kind of bear guy.
Also reminds me, yeah. And if he could be a junior bear too, that'd be okay.
He's
That'd
also
be fine.
always actually winning in CS, which I think is kind of funny to me.
I think he's reached that point. He's reached that point now where I feel like actually starts dropping that outplay.
If you're looking around bottom, he's gonna walk over a ward in the river though.
I actually don't know how he pokes him out, but hold on.
Oh wait, this might be how the 2v2 fight. Might be what they're looking for here. We'll jump on his side, Jupil, but Jupil gets a nice counter strike on there. Look at the heal on his MK though. He ends up going down. Jupil's just swinging away. This Jax has been a huge both games now for the side of FAP. If I'm playing against them, I'm taking that Jax away from him.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially that top lane fight, just a really scary fight to pick in general because Volibear and Jax have way more sustain and like,
Yeah, the longer fight goes on, the better. Maybe top lane is gonna walk top lane here. The tower is gonna go down and drops on top of them. Gets the ult off. Does a little bit of damage to volley, but if he gets stunned here, oh, he has to flash away smartly. Not respecting him taking the tower there, yeah. He's chasing though, he's trying to gesture like his team isn't here to back him up. If he can try to get one more combo off there, smart W there from the side of Chad Penguin, just kind of punching and punching. Throws him over. Whoa, they're careful here. We've got the TP coming in from the side of Shen.
He actually has to be tilted.
Oh, Chad throws a penguin right on top of his penguin. Penguinception, he cannot catch him.
Wait, holy moly, that E was so good. Not to
Yeah.
back right. What is it? Chad is actually scripting with these volley berries. Like, I've never seen someone make such good use of such a, like, of the outplay potential
Such
on a spell. It
useless.
looks so useless, yeah. Like, that's impressive.
Cerberus is shooting away again, gets binded up by the side of Morgana though. This tower's going on. Oh, the River Huntite knows that Chad Penguin is here. They did not know yet from the side of Lot. Rivers gets thrown away. He could not help out his AD carry. If we can get one more auto off here from the side of Dripping Panda, easily 2 for nothing. Great rotation from the bear.
That's kind of nice too. Sivir with that burst advantage in the passive means she doesn't even have to burn the flash to clean up Cerberus there.
Just gun him down.
Really, really just alpha as hacker roam from Chad Penguin, honestly.
Yeah, he's just tired of playing around with Shen. Just kind of brought himself down there and forced the situation. Yeah, Chad Penguin's coming up, Bill. Everyone, though, from the side of FAP is playing really well right here.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, especially against a Shen, that's a pretty dangerous roam to look for, but especially if you're tracking cooldowns here and you know, like,
Payrick top hat chunks down Rob though with his proto belt. Dragon goes inside a Jupil. More jungle things. This should be a back and a Sunfire cape here for Shen.
Yeah, and another thing that controlled that. Oh,
Payrick top hat does have his pool still though. Jupil should just wait for another split second there for Azir to probably engage first.
we're good.
That wasn't MK trying to track him down, but if I'm him, I honestly don't ever fight right now. Yeah, Rob still has his dash, so he's gonna wait quickly.
So, I think it's funny that we talked about, like, all the Legends on all the, fantastic enemy personalities we really need to do is survive early game, and we say that now, but they're just,
they just
like,
stop
slamming
playing. Payrick top hat trying to get the damage down on Rob. Can't hit the E to hit though. Chunks him down. Rob is gonna have to back. He does have his heal if he wants to try to bait this, but I wouldn't stay if I was him. Oh, he actually is gonna stay. Yeah, the rest of his team's gonna come help him FAP in the mid lane.
Ah, perfect.
He's got pings going off on the side. Jax is hunting down servants. He wisely uses his Bork active. Oh, actually, inside of blue team, they're just pinging up there in the top in the bush. They didn't even have vision.
When you can't finish yourself and you need to bring your jungler in to help, feels bad, man.
Yeah, that's called real life things, man. It's a team game, kid.
Yeah, it's just a 5-way, honestly.
But yeah, 10-5 though, only 500 gold advantage. That's a lot on Jupil. If he gets this positioned once, it's gonna swing the gold right in the favor of Lot.
Yeah, this could get really scary, especially for fantastic enemy personalities who don't really play this mid-game out, and especially for what we've seen from both teams, they kind of eschew, like...
Yeah, they front to back a lot and then get engaged on.
Yeah, they eschew,
gonna
like...
get the tower.
Both of these teams tend to eschew, like, standard textbook play for just fighting and fighting a lot, so...
And though they are behind, Payrick top hat's doing a really good job keeping himself in this game, considering how much he's played 2v1 against them. He's got a bounty on him, and he's got a gold lead. They're gonna get collapsed on from this side of Lot if they do want to fight. We're gonna have to see if they do. The count is waiting in the wings with the blast cone, trying to get the call from the top hat, see if they want to fight. That Penguin drops his E and Payrick the top hat. Oh, a monstrous silver, a zero. There's 2 zeros. It's a triangle in the middle of the team fight. South finishes up the kill. The Thunder is flying. Fists are getting knocked around. Look at Bevan Panda on the side. He is kiting it out. He's trying to get away from Payrick the top hat. He's gonna get hit by the proto belt. A flash from Vladimir, and the Q will finish him off. Oh, great shield though. Lucian's gonna W. That's not AP Lucian. He's gonna survive. This Sivir is on a sliver of hell. But
Yeah,
all in all, after that, that's a 2-for-1 in the side of Lot. Just really good engage from the Azir and the Vladimir, and they end up getting the Ripper Herald, which is monstrous.
It looks like a 3-for-1, actually.
A 3-for-1, yeah.
Yeah, 3-for-1's spicy. But yeah, so that's that mid-game team fight power that I was talking about coming out.
They actually swung the gold lead about 2k in their favor now.
Yeah, and then they're probably going to lose this mid tower to Rift Herald as well, so this is very bad news. They got double bounties dropped off the Jupil and Chad Penguin, and they're likely going to lose this tower here.
Well, if we look at itemization too, I think the big reason why the fight we were praising Chad Penguin on his early game interface, but look at his items, and we were just talking about how big Payrick the top hat is on Vlad right now. He shredded through his health. Him and Salas pretty much single-handedly just knocked that bear down.
Yeah, like, they have so few, like, they don't have their tanky items, and they don't have the key items on their players right now, so it's to the point where people like Legends on the Silas, he's still going the really tanky build, which I think is gonna hinder him late game, but like Legends on this really like stemmy tanky Silas right now, being able to drop a lot of damage in these team fights, and they just don't have the damage tools to be able to strike back. And see, in that fight, it actually kind of started out pretty well for them, because Payrick top hat got a juicy ult, and like he kind of W'd straight towards them, and didn't necessarily get a, you know, a thick Vlad combo that you're looking for. But
if they could have chunked him,
yeah, they just didn't have the, like, they not only didn't have the damage to like force him out right after he burned that W, but also just didn't have the damage to finish the kills onto the front line, and then Lucian just cleaned up.
Which I think they're kind of overstaying here. They might get caught on. Salas and Vlad, it is a 3v3 on both sides. But yeah, especially as a volley bear, I'm really surprised he didn't go Spirit this second item. It synergizes so well with his passive.
Yeah, 100% agree. That would have been slick by.
Oh, really slick E over there from Shen to get away from that 4-man.
Yeah, speaking of the slick,
Here comes the slick dragon down the rift.
he needs some more of Dylan's Rakan in this game so he can see the slickness coming out from Zolzy.
And that's really just good positioning. They got out-rotated here, and FAP should be able to get this dragon, but can they get away with their lives, though? We'll have to see. Head Penguin flings Salas over. Salas steals the Azir. It's going to be, yep, Shurima shuffle in the other direction. They're going to clean up the kill there on Sivir. Killing spree for Shen. 2 kills for Shen. He is now 5-3. He's flipped the script from that early game.
Yeah, this is honestly just a little more
And they're
sloppy.
famously picking on the Baron. They want to go straight to it here.
This is just a little like more sloppy positioning and team fighting coming out from fantastic anime personalities in this team. Yeah, in this mid game.
But yeah, Rob threw down his Q. He threw down his abilities to make sure that they got the dragon, got that mitigating damage on top of it. And as soon as he did that, he put himself out of position. The Baron is down to 5 kills. People could try to be a hero here. Can he do it? Can he jump over and steal it? Can he jump over Jumpman and pull the Michael Jordan? Let's see real quick here. It's down to 1k health. He doesn't even have vision yet though. Here he comes. Oh, he tries, but actually a count ends up getting it. Rob is putting down the deeps now, but he's on the wrong side of a 4v2. He gets chunked out. They still rip while Hentai is old. Now he wants to jump in. He wants to get that. Morgana ult down if he can. Morgana will die on the side of the blast cone. But yeah, really good damage from the side of Azir, but he just couldn't keep that 4v2 going on. End up dying after getting 1 kill. And that Baron is going to end up on the side of Lot.
Yeah, honestly, just very textbook play coming out. Just textbook proactive play coming out. Legends on tap right now.
Oh, but get a little bit of greed there. Ooh, cool pose.
That's slick. T-pose on
Greed
him.
made off of that Shen though. I think yeah, but if he didn't do that, Shen could have just taunted.
You just T-posed on him.
Yeah. Most impressive.
His spirit visage.
Yeah, the gold swinging about 3k in the favor and Baron on the side of Lot now. They've got to, I would defend, I'm just going to push the issue and take the objectives now.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the visage here. I don't think it's that. I just don't think he's going to suffer a little bit late game for that lack of damage, being able to do anything about the Azir and Sivir. But the thing is with that Spirit Visage, like, until Azir and Sivir hit, like, 4 to 5 items, like, right now, like, if Legends, they just need to fight, like, twice more.
Damon's he's gonna have to pull to get away from Volibear here. There it goes. But yeah, just that with how much Silas heals off of inherently his kit as well. It's gonna be like 600 HP heals, like, on a slow cooldown.
Yeah, I feel like that's a buy that can win them their next, like, 1 to 3 team fights for free if they really keep the pressure up and play proactively. Just need to make sure the Sivir and Azir don't have time to scale up on
They
them.
are splitting 3 and 2 right now. Jax is calling the split. His Champion comes off mount. We got Sivir getting popped down. Azir wants damage down. Shen actually gets shut down first. This is not exactly the fight that FAP wants here. Lot has to jump away from that Morgana ult. They're gonna re-engage now. Lucian should be able to clean up Panic right here. Lucian's putting down the damages. Chet Penguin has so little health left, but his passive keeps him alive. Cerberix guns him down. They're still fighting here at the side of the blue buff though. Jupiter jumps in on top of 3 people. Morgana's just kind of walking in, trying to get the CC that they can. The fight is now getting turned on the side of FAP. It's just monstrously bad right there around the side of their enemy jungle.
Yeah, that's really rough. It's not a fight you want. They got it split up. They ended up taking the split fight again, which you're like, if you're Chad Penguin, you're Jupil, you want the split fights, and you especially don't want those. You especially don't want everyone engaging on your backline at once. And not only does that help keep the carries safe as long as they're not in like the main spot of the fight, it also allows Jupil and Chad Penguin to start taking those skirmishes, those 2v2, 3v3 skirmishes, where they have the right
You
combination.
have to be careful though. It's just Jupiter and Sivir pushing into the enemy inner tower, and the enemy on. Jupiter gets away with a sliver of his health.
So yeah, but just as I was saying, like, especially once they start getting those 2v2s and 3v3 skirmishes down, it's very hard to compete with that combination of tankiness and DPS.
Yeah, and I think really what started that fight off in the wrong direction, Cal, if you look at his items, he went for a Titanic Sunfire first because he was fighting against that Volibear so much. He just doesn't have the magic resistance yet to deal with Azir. He was sitting on top of 3 Azir soldiers for a big part of that fight. Like, he got chunked down so fast.
Yeah, I think realistically based upon like where he was in that fight, and especially because like Panic Top Hat just immediately got the hell out of there. Like he was 100% dead anyway. But yeah, Spirit Visage could be a very big factor. The lack of a Spirit Visage here could be a very big factor.
Well, actually, I might even go with Adaptive Helm just because how often you get hit by a Zero.
Oh yeah, I actually see that. Yeah, Adaptive Helm's kind of a like crappy item in general. I can see it working against Azir.
Yeah, it's kind of niche. It's just like things that hit you a lot.
It was like Azir Kaisa, like I like sold, dude. Give me that give me that helm.
Sure.
Like,
and then we're gonna have a fight over here. Dragon Lot gonna pull it out. They might just walk away though. Volibear is actually up top side. He doesn't have anything great to TP up to. He's slowly walking his way over. The Dragon's gonna get reset. I think both teams are just kind of. Both teams I think are really afraid to make a mistake in a team fight now. We've seen it swing over and over. Legends MK jumps in and gets pulled back. Whoa, straight of a shuffle from the side of Rob. He is putting damage on top of them. Lucian's getting from the side. They're gonna get from every direction here on this circle. But look at the damage from Azir. Just gonna get cleaned up. Just a clean ace there from the side. A little bit of Chan Penguin gesture on top of them. A 5-for-1. Azir did so much work. That gorgeous dive behind them. Got the shuffle. Knocked 4 guys into his teammates where they didn't want to be. And just kept applying the deeps.
yeah, this game's still, they're both on pretty even footing, but turns the tide of those fights is they have the Sivir, Azir, and Jax to the point where they finally do enough damage to close out fights where they do enough damage to straight up close out 5v fights and take on their terms. And like I would call finding pretty much their entire like team and ulting them into the clutches of your AoE a good fight to start on your own terms.
Yeah, like on the side brush right there, we had Lucian just ulting, like without getting hurt, but the rest of his team just got knocked forward.
Yeah, well, that's just just melting.
And then this is before, so looking at the gold now that they're sitting on top of. After that fight, Rob has 1,400 gold. He should be able to complete his Morellonomicon. The next fight is going to hurt so bad.
Oh god, yeah. Sitting on 3 items.
Yeah, Morello and then Leander is against a team that's really not stacking very much magic resistance at all, aside from Silas. Like, they don't have the locket yet. They haven't fully completed that. It's just, Vlad's getting hurt.
Actually, not a fan of the elite. Not particularly a fan of the Leanders. I think it's pretty okay.
It's kind of redundant because if you just got Morello and something else, you'd do more damage.
Yeah, because see now he really needs Zhonya's, especially in their team comp. Zhonya's would be good buy.
Oh yeah,
See, now
yeah.
he's
That's
got
how they win the fight.
Yeah, now he's got 6 slot syndrome though because he kind of needs Zhonya's Void Staff and Death Cap right now. So like his options are going to be sell the Leanders for a Death Cap late game because against Spirit Visage and looks like a Cow's gonna be picking up the Visage next item pretty soon. Like he absolutely pretty much has to go Void Staff here. He's actually not gonna be doing that much damage.
Oh, look at the damage coming out from Azir. Jeez, 2 pokes. So
as I say that,
he called in the middle of that fight to finish up his death cap. It's going to be a big thing in this fight. If he can hit the combo off, get the ult on top of the team that he wants, they don't get caught out by Azir. That deeps from the death cap as opposed to Leander's is going to be huge.
yeah, 3rd item Guardian Angel coming up from Derp and Panda.
He just does not want to get caught out here.
Sure, honestly, I don't want to get caught out against that comp either.
How do you feel about Shiv second instead of Rapid Fire then?
I think Shiv's a solid item. Shiv's very underrated right now, in my opinion. Rapid Fire and Phantom Dancer.
Oh my god, if you're just chunking Braum up every time he walks up anywhere. Insanity. I would not try to clear this ward. You know they're there. You don't need to clear this vision. Look how much free damage Rob is getting on top of the fight. Panic the Tap Hat is half HP already. We have Chad Penguin pushing bot lane slowly, and he has TP up. They're pretty much just forcing them out of a 5v4 right now, and getting map advantage.
Yeah, so in general, I was talking earlier about how I don't like the Leanders, but this is the one stage of the game right now where this Leanders is going to be pretty useful because they don't exactly have that much magic resist at all. And
just a lot of position to get to jump this teammate.
We're fine. Crisis is averted. Yeah, as I was saying, like a lot of these champions, you got Braum and Vladimir here with a lot of health and no magic resist. So before they get that magic resist, this Leanders is actually going to shred for a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, it's I'm excited to see this damage chart. Azir's gonna fly off of his bar graph for damage done to champions.
Probably, yeah, almost definitely. Yeah, it was looking a little sus
the way they try to back here, and they are stacked as 5, but if they get engaged on,
Yeah, it was a little sus early for Rob after kills, but he's really finding the impact
he just scaled
for
what he
us.
needed to do for the team. He's just really popping off right now.
Yeah, he's on 3 items. He's found what he needs to do to make an impact, and that last team fight was honestly the Rod show.
Yeah, we talked about it in pregame. The side of Lot is just so short-ranged. Azir can do whatever he wants. He gets free harass and doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, like they don't really have that much engage on their team. They have a good 5v5 comp overall, and they have a good wombo, but the one thing they're missing is consistent and steady engage. Because
yeah, I'm just saying.
Flash talent, like, what do you do?
And if Vlad walks up to try to Q him, he's gonna lose more health and can't trade it at all. So they're clearing the vision now around Baron Pit. They might just start this here. Chad Penguin does start swinging away. They don't have their damage there yet, but he's fairly tanky.
Big bear.
Yeah, it's 14,000 health here. So if this fight came swinging in the favor of Vlad, they're gonna have to get a pick here. They're gonna have some kind of miracle play here at the Baron, because mid lane is pushing with the supers. They actually get them off the turret for now. Here comes Rip Raw High now, flashes forward. He's gonna get the ult off. Zero tries to ult by himself, gets knocked up. He's gonna end up dying in a second. On the left side of the fight though, Super passive is getting knocked up. The GA is gone. Jackson's gonna try to help him out. But this fight is going bad for the side of FAP. They got split up instantly as soon as the fight started. Now Simmer's all by herself. Purple Hentai has to lose 80 carry all alone to die against 4 enemies. This should be the Baron. Just Azir was on the bottom side of the fight there near the brush for mid lane. They just weren't where they needed to be. It's not anything like that dragon fight at all.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that Azir positioning that fight. That honestly, Rod's positioning like started out is kind of what threw that
and
fight.
big props to account as well is when Azir jumped in and he had his W to stop someone from getting knocked away. That just made things terrible for Azir.
Yeah, he did a really good job just making sure he wasn't able to do anything that fight. And yeah, it's kind of like the age-old adage where you're playing AD carry or something like that that does a lot of damage, has a lot of impact, but you're kind of squishy and don't necessarily have the most self-peel or autonomy in the world. So like, you're a priority target, and you're like, oh, I'm 6 and whatever, I'm 6 and 3.
Oh, but they have not been able to recall yet. They need to get the hell out of the enemy's jungle.
You're like 6 and 3. I do damage.
Yeah. Well, you're saying the 10-0 Draven in my gold 4 games that dies because he's out of position. It's our fault though, right?
He's 10-0, so it's your fault.
Yeah, he has Bloodthirster. He needs us to peel for him. Stupid team.
Yeah, dude. All your fault.
But the gold is back in Lot's favor. The Bard scrap's ridiculous. They start the dragon up, but it's not a good spot at all. Jubal should be able to get this dragon fairly easily. Silas is walking away from the fight. They could honestly try to re-engage here if they wanted to. They've got the positioning now that they want. If Azir stays safe, I think they win any team fight they throw at them.
Pretty good from Legends though, having the wherewithal to steal away the Sivir ult and get them out of there safely. Especially pretty good disengage all around. It's unfortunate they have to give that dragon up though. And that's especially.
Yeah, careful, they might just start bearing up again right here. They are group 5. They're not split like last time. We'll have to see what happens in this team fight. That it should ensue in a few seconds.
Yeah, this can get very dangerous.
Yeah, it's gonna get really scrappy and skirmishy here in a second. Ooh, he grabs the Azir ult. And then on the side of Lot, their inhibitor has respawned, so it's not gonna have that impeding doom of the minions pushing them in anymore. They can dance around this Baron as long as they want to.
This would be super spicy. I'm excited for another Baron fight.
Yeah, this is very similar to what happened in Game 1, where FAP was winning the fights, pulling ahead, and now they're actually up 6 kills, down 2,000 gold. And if they lose a fight here, the game will be over. Jupil's farming. He doesn't have a team to help him out here. He's gonna have to drop a ward and just back up over here. Chad Penguin kind of walks away. Yeah, neither team wants to throw here. They're just kind of to see who gets caught out first. I'm expecting to see Ripple Hentai just kind of get up here with a binding. He does have his Zonias up as well if he can get a nice juicy ult off.
Yeah, some alpha, especially if the Zonya's being completed on him, I like some alpha play from Hentai could easily turn the fight.
Oh, Silas is jumping first, gets knocked away by 0. Look at another 0. They're all standing on top of it. There's so much damage going down. But look at this here. Look at this here. He's doing so much there. Here comes Jupiter trying to clear up the fight. Lucian is trying to do his best he can. Drops his ult. The call it's a few targets, but now he's got 3 blue enemies on him. He's just left dead for rights. Yeah, just like I said before, Zero just played so safe. It's just, I wish we were in the like an NALCS so we could have a graph thingy of damage from that last fight. It's probably like 15,000 Azir damage on the side of that.
That was so slick. Like, I enjoy that. Legends got a pretty solid Azir ult steal there.
Yeah, he waited for Azir to ult first and then like pretty much self-healed with it, but the problem is you do have Azir's ult, but you're not Azir. You don't have soldiers like swinging away for you.
So yeah, he ulted him. So he managed to ult him back, but they really couldn't get. They really weren't. I don't know. The team just wasn't able to finish off that Azir quickly enough, and then he just ulted them all back and self-healed, and then they cleaned up the fight. And like, they were literally just two walls of Azir soldiers just staring each other down that entire fight right next to each other.
Yeah, that was absurd. It's just, but yeah, it's almost 14k gold on this mid laner right now. 14k on Sivir too, slowly sneaking his way with what he's been farming the whole game. It's just, we said it was their win condition in the pre-game. It's definitely showing up right now, but they need to finish this game out.
Yeah, Derp and Panda just like quietly playing reasonably well this game, consistently holding it down. Not too much in terms of like
nothing crazy, but just dropping the W, doing the outside. That's all you need to do at Sivir past 30 minutes.
Yeah. And I was really suspicious of this Guardian Angel third.
I think one is getting out of position though. He's gonna have to back out here. If he gets hit by Uramus's Q, he's so fast. Oh wait, I don't think anyone expected that to hit him. They were walking away already. Casted it.
Yeah, but back to the Sivir build here. Guardian Angel Wardle. I'm not sure how I feel about that. He kind of needs more crit, more something. So the pickaxe coming out, I think it's probably be a Reaver.
I'm all for the Mortal, but I think I'm gonna win like Stopwatch and then like another Zeal item.
Oh, without a question, I'd probably be going double crit. I don't think he has the gold for Essence for this game, but now that it's late game, you can buy that.
They are getting Baron pushed up now there from the side of FAP. Azir should take the tower very quickly if they get him in range. Arcal goes for a really ballsy top edge, actually not missing. Robinson to help him heal out. Remzeko steals Azir ult yet again, knocks Azir into his team. This is the fight they wanted. This is what Ryan's been looking for. They're gonna clean sweep this fight right here. Wow. So that was just great team synergy right there. Everyone account went forward and he missed his taunt. Braum came up and dropped a big shield so that this team could take the time to come into the fight. They can push mid if they want now. They can go for Dragon as well. It's up in 15 seconds, but Braum's positioning just wasn't on par with how it was before. He didn't even drop his Zhonya's.
Yeah, honestly, really rough fight also as well, because Chad Penguin didn't even get the opportunity to teleport in for that fight, so pretty much the only person on their front line, their entire front line, besides maybe like, you know, half a Jupil, is...
Yeah, that's a quarter of a Jupil.
Yeah, so it's like Account, like, you know, Account probably with a really scary taunt forward, but it's like with no front line to turn into, you saw what happened. Legend just immediately just keeps pressing hard or runs after their Azir. There's no front line to stop him, even though the Black Shield went down and they stopped the Chaos Engage, but then Legend's down one, and they just had no front line there to prevent that from happening.
And even though it's a point and click, I've seen a lot of Silences that are just really bad about whose ult they grab. He's been consistently grabbing some Zero ult and doing big things with it. They should be able to get his Baron down here. He's going down to 1200 health. Silence does end up getting it. Jupil is going to get CC'd up here. He's trying to fight it. Whoa! He comes Rip Wall Hentai as well. Rob is doing his damage. This is not last fight. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Hey, top is dying. It's just throw after throw here.
Can't sit and pit against Azir.
God, just Azir's damage. Sivir really wasn't ever in that fight at all. He was on the left side of the pit during that, but Azir just did so much work. And then Rip Wall Hentai with really good bindings in that fight. They're looking to end here. It's just Braum for the next 30 seconds. I really don't think anything imaginally can stop them, especially with Volibear up. Yeah, here comes the pings in. They have Demolisher on that tower. I'm just gonna grab Frozen Heart, but I don't think it's gonna stop it. They actually don't have minions.
Goodbye.
Oh, no. Tragedy for Jupiter. Let's kill the team should be able to clean it up.
Yeah, it's reverse stat padding.
So yeah, Jupiter, I don't want to die to Braum, so I'll just die to Tower again. So, actually, for the series, the Tower is 2-0 against Jupiter, but the series ends up being 1-1 for a lot in FAP. It ends in 41 minutes.
Wow, that was a fun game.
Yeah, that was wild.
God, you know, story of last game was skirmishes. Story of this game, lots of 5v5s.
Yeah, it's pretty much they were on Baron for like 5 or 6 minutes straight right there. Like after the 30-minute mark.
So that Elder Drake really, really good for Legends on tap. The issue there is even with that Elder there, Jupiter just kind of stood there in the Dragon Pit, and they got really greedy to finalize that kill.
Who are we voting for the Rob of the Game poll?
The Rob of the Game poll? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, just that damage chart, 49k. The next person after that was 25,000. That's a Sivir.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me bust out the straw poll.
Yeah, he did more damage than his enemy mid laner and their AD carry combined.
You got some, we got, FAP versus Lot, MVP, game 2. Perfect.
But yeah, just really fun series to cast. That was ridiculous action back and forth. Like, I'm exasperated. I'm drinking 2 32-ounce bottles of water during this series. Like,
Wow, you are hydrated, bro. Hydration Nation.
that play-by-playing that was a literal, like, vocal workout.
Nice. Dude, play-by-play is such a vocal workout. Don't let people tell you otherwise.
At the end, I don't think there's a more fitting way for that series to end besides going 1-1, though. Both teams had some just moments of brilliance and then moments of someone getting caught out as well.
Let's see, team was Chad Penguin, Jupil, Rob, Durpin Panda, Rip, Blowy Hentai, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I can also just look at the, look at the victory screen. Why am I saying this live? Alright.
Yeah, just keep Digital Love, just keep your cursor on that 49k. That is, God, that's stupid.
Alright, there you go. Here's the straw poll.
Alright,
What's up,
everybody.
boys? Have a straw poll in chat so we can all vote Rob MVP and get these interviews started.
Wait, what? You just sent us the link to straw poll itself. It's weird. It doesn't copy and paste off the thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you have to actually hit copy.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually create the poll. That's what did it.
That's the big issue.
I didn't actually create the poll. That's why I screwed it up. All right, there we go. An updated straw poll. There you go, stream.
Alright, vote up, guys. Great series, 1-1. That puts them in firm position of 3rd place, I think, right now. All tied up for 3rd.
Good times. Honorable mention to Chad Penguin though for that spicy volley there play. I really
those
enjoyed
E's
it.
were on point. Yeah, Rob's pulling ahead 4-1. Chad Penguin definitely didn't vote for himself.
Dude, we fucking roasted that. We fucking roasted that volley there play so much.
For like 10 minutes straight in pregame.
10 minutes straight, we're like, this pick shouldn't actually do anything, get in game. What an absolute unit. Honestly, I feel
literally the police officer that we need.
the constable we all needed. The bear cop we needed. You know, I mean, he might not get Mouse Cop back because I know Austin is watching that nickname like a hawk, so he'll have to beat him to the job. But if he doesn't get Mouse Cop,
Yeah,
he's
it's like
the
set
Bear
up
Cop.
3 timers for 3 a.m.
We're gonna send the stats, boys. Come on, I'll make captains do that. I'm too lazy for
Yeah,
that.
the captains do it. We don't do it.
Thank God. I don't want to have to do any work.
So we know what's gonna happen. Let's leave the straw poll open for like 30 more seconds. What do you want to do? MVPs and captains post game.
Just MVPs.
All right.
Fine. So it's gonna be Rob from game 2 and should be Panic at the top half from game 1.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, the mid lanes.
Mid lane trades.
I know, Chad.
God, bro. Wait, we have
let's go,
3 votes for Chad. Hold on.
So Digital, go ahead and jump over to player of the game.
Player of
Still player of the game 1. So let's get ranking if we could get Rob.
Play of.
Daddy?
Yeah, so, real fun series, guys. I'm so tired from play-by-playing that. That was like 120 kills.
Was it really?
No, I don't know about that much. It was like 48 game 1 and 50-something game 2.
My brain hurts.
There's so many freaking kills, man. Oh yeah, and if you didn't check yet, Rob, I said it in the stream, you did more damage than the enemy mid laner and AD carry combined.
Yikes.
That's pretty good at zeroing, I guess.
I really didn't feel like I did that much damage until.
Well, your soldiers did all the work. You were just pointing.
Right. Yeah.
So if somebody can get Frank in here, I don't think he knows he was a game.
Oof.
Let me message him. I just messaged him. But yeah, chat, go ahead and give us your questions. That was a ridiculous series. I know, I'm glad I watched it. 1-1. What you got, nerds? Ask away. We're all waiting on him as well. So, FAP, how'd you guys feel after game 1? What'd you change for game 2?
Oh, us?
Yeah, you.
We stopped being idiots early game? I don't know. I don't really know what to say.
Alright, impressive. Good answer.
We took the Sivir away because it's a strong pick, and then it was pretty much just roll a late game team from there.
Yeah. Yeah, Sivir Azir is not fun to play against.
So one of my questions as well is, look at that team fight comp coming out from Legends of FAP. Really scary in general, especially during that mid game. So, like, what were some of the things that you thought in your mind as you look to transition to that late game and take advantage of your carries?
I think our plan really just getting wards. We were moving a lot, set up wards for our plays, so it just gave, because we had so much vision control, it gave. Kind of what did it in our last team fight. Well,
Let's see.
the ult onto 4.
So another big thing we were interested on was the Silas pick both games. What kind of made you guys want to like go towards that? So there's definitely some other junglers available, like other brawlers that could have fought against Jax like Xin Zhao and stuff too.
Yeah, Silas is just kind of really busted right now. The heal go from barely any health to get like a 600. Plus it's really good CC, so Mike has been practicing it.
You're kind of cutting like in and out.
Yeah, it's like a little Bob Dylan effect on the end of your mic.
You're like a sine wave right now, dude.
Sorry, is this better?
Yeah,
that's
that's
better.
good. I like that shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, just the Silas can get a really good heal right now. It's really, really broken. Plus, the CC and the ability to steal ultimates was really effective. I mean, Mike had that big play top lane with the Azir ult that won us that team fight, mixed with the ability to Zillion ult. It's just really good right now. I mean, stealing ultimates is really good, mixed with just the great CC and the broken heal. Great pick right now.
Gotcha. Well, chat's being a bunch of boosted apes, and they're not giving us any questions. So I got another one for me. So really, those fights, there was so much going on, so much on the side wave. Like comms-wise from both teams, both captains, what were you guys saying? Were you saying front to back? Like, how were you approaching those fights? Because they were so hectic.
I just yell randomly. I just start yelling enemy champions and abilities like a Korean caster, and we do things.
Valid.
I think game 2 is a little more organized than game 1. Game 2 with the Silas stealing the Azir ult, there's a couple times where Silas tried to pick me off with my own ult, and then would throw me into the middle of their team, and then I would just ult all 5 of them back into my team.
Yeah, that shuffle and dragon and that ult was, I think, really what turned the game in your favor game too.
So there's a couple times where I used the Silas ult himself. I think the second time, having just a better ult to team fight with helped us in game 2. Whereas game 1, stealing a Zillion ult is actually really good for that. Kind of negates my ult. And game 1, I didn't really have very good ults. In general, I was very far behind and kind of useless. So there was one good team fight in game 1 where I got picked but I revived myself and got an instant bomb off. That kind of turned the fight around for us, but I think the Silas really annoying to play against.
Yeah. It's facts. Alright, anyone
Alright.
else got any more questions?
Alright, I'm tired as balls, so I'm just gonna drop my one last question, and I think we can call it here. So my question for both of you guys, congrats on each of your alternating game victories. So, hypothetical moment, let's say you guys are going to the bar and celebrating. What do you have? Wait, I've asked this question before to Rob and Dylan, I know this. Jesus, well let's hear it again. If you go to the bar to celebrate your victory tonight, what are you guys having?
Jack and Coke.
Beer is good.
Yeah, dude.
What about you, Mr. Panic? What are you having?
Elijah Craig, ginger beer, and a lime.
Respectable. Very
Fancy,
respectable.
fancy.
All good answers. Very good answers. That does it for me. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, on behalf of StarCraft and Vitalis, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, that was a 1-1 slobber knocker between the side of Lot,
Slobber.
between Lot and FAP. Tune in tomorrow night. I'll be subbing for a team and such. Everybody have a good night. Be safe, and bye.